Alright, so check it. Before we even start this video, right, I just want to say this up front. If you're over the age of 15 and you still eat bologna, this video is probably not for you. If you're the type of person that go make a sandwich and you choose mayonnaise over Miracle Whip, this video is probably not for you. And last but not least, and you should never trust this type of person, if you're the type of person that pour the milk in the bowl first and then the cereal, instead of pouring the cereal first and then pouring the milk, this video is probably not for you. And none of these disclaimers have anything to do with this video, but let's get started.
DJ Bandana.
What's good, Bandana fam? It's DJ Bandana Black, Mr. Well Connected, even more respected. On lunch break right now, so I only got about another 30 minutes for us to talk real quick. Check this, right? If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button right on the bottom of the video. Hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. If you've already watched some of my videos in the past, or if you just scroll past the channel in the past, you already know you tied in with Bandana Black. You're part of the fam. Heavy shouts out to the Bandana fam. Salute to the Bandana fam. Okay, so this story we're going to talk about today, shout out to my man Ray. My man Ray hit me up. World famous Ray Flores on Instagram. A couple people hit me up about this story. I didn't really, I don't know, it's not really a story that I was going to per se cover. It's not really the type of stories that we used to covering on this channel, but a lot of people want us to do this type of stuff. So, I mean, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to give you my opinion like he asked me. Before we start this video, shouts out to Hip Hop Since 1987 on Instagram, and shouts out to the Savoy Show. Savoy Show on Instagram. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, because that's the stat that he tagged me in, where I was able to read about the actual situation. Now let me start this video by saying this. I am not into sports at all. Like, I know absolutely nothing about sports. I probably couldn't name 5 active players in any sport. Well, maybe basketball. I don't know. I probably could. Probably basketball, but any other sport I couldn't name 5 active players. Say that to say this, because I'm probably about to butcher this guy's name. A guy by the name of Sebastian Telfair. Telfair. Hopefully I'm saying his name. We'll just call him ST. Sebastian Telfair, ST. And I'm going to read it. I'm going to show you a video of the actual footage from the court case when he's getting sentenced and all that. It's kind of an emotional video. I understand where he's coming from. I know I've seen a lot of trolls, a lot of people in the comments and all that, like, oh, don't become a sucker now, don't act like that now, you was doing this, you was doing that. Honestly, and I can say this just speaking from personal experience, like, it's easy to say that's only 3 years, that's only 3.5 years, because we know people that's doing 10, 15 years, 20 years, whatever like that too, but 3 years is a long time. If I'm facing more than 3 days in the holding center, I probably had the exact same reaction that he has in this video. Matter of fact, we're gonna play the video clip first, and then we're gonna talk about it.
Hearing that she lied on me, and she said, "I lied, Sebastian. I told my lawyer. He knows I lied. I'm gonna call him to see what I can do." And y'all still let her come up there and tell the jury she seen me with a gun. No, I'm in New York. Where else y'all want me to go? My family here. Where else y'all want me to go? My family here, sir.
Violation of the Gun Registry Act shall be
Nobody was smoking, Your Honor. I've been a good person. I've been stand up. That's why I take care of my babies, man. I got my babies out here, man. Your Honor, I tried to do everything. What my community want to do? What? We've been doing a basketball class for 15 years. We got 300, 500 kids out there right now, Your Honor. Don't let them do this to me. You the only one can help me.
Okay, so as you can see right there from the video clip, from the actual court footage like that, it's a crazy situation. He basically was telling the judge and all that too, like, yo, you're the only one who can help me. You're the only person that can do something about this. And the reason why I believe people wanted my input on this is, like, I'm not one of those people who just because you're black or just because you're cool, I just say, hey, free that person. Or I'm not one of those people who just always feel like, hey, it's the government that's against us. It's the police is against us, trying to hold us down, all that. I'm kind of one of those people who look at each situation, case by case, situation by situation, and look at all of the details and give my honest opinion. And my honest opinion on this situation, right, and I want to start this off by saying this. I do not believe that he should have gotten 3.5 years, shouldn't have got 3 years at all, period, for this situation. One, and this is just reading from the story and everything that's going on. One, nobody was hurt in the situation. Not like he let the ratchet off and hit somebody, or somebody said it was shots fired or something like that. Then they put up on him and got him. Judging from his response and just reading a little bit about it, doing a little bit of research, it looks like what happened was, and like I said, this might not be the truth. It looks like what happened was he was illegally parked somewhere at around 2:05 in the morning with his lights off, allegedly. All this stuff is allegedly. And the police put up on his car, and because he was illegally parked, lights off and all that. Long story short, they went through the car, find a ratchet, he get charged with the ratchet. Could it have been a legal search? Yes. Could this have been avoided also on his part? Definitely yes. Two ways it could have been avoided was don't ride around with a legal ratchet. Or two, if you know you have a legal ratchet, don't do anything else illegal. No illegal parking, no running lights, no smoking weed, no doing anything else illegal that's going to cause attention to your situation. I'm not saying this is his fault. I'm just even my own personal experience. When I'm driving, and I live in Buffalo, New York, from Buffalo, New York, but we have like the outskirts of Buffalo where like when you hear people, like famous people that say they from Buffalo, New York, like when you hear all these people say I'm from Buffalo, New York, I'm from Buffalo, New York, they're not from Buffalo, New York. They're from the surrounding areas like Cheektowaga, Lockport, which is like a suburb. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people like say they're from Buffalo and you see those type of people and it's not the same type of situation. So when I'm out in the outskirts of Buffalo, Cheektowaga, Lockport, anything like that too, even if I know my inspection sticker is up, I'm riding with the windows down, I'm riding with my seat up, I'm not playing no music, I'm not doing anything that's going to cause more attention to me. By the way, when I say people that's famous from Buffalo, I'm talking about like super famous people or people that not because I know a lot of people will say, oh, you talking about Griselda and them. Obviously, they're from the city of Buffalo. I know them personally. They're from the inner city. They're from the same place that I'm from. They're from the hood, the city of Buffalo. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about in generic when you talk about these actors and singers and people who make it big and they want to start repping Buffalo once they get big. They're not from Buffalo. They're from Cheektowaga, Lockport, all those other places. Anyway, but that's neither here nor there. The reason why I say that is because when you're doing things illegal or when you're in a certain area, you don't want to cause more attention to yourself because you see how things have a snowball effect. Now, he might have not even been trying to cause harm to anybody. He might have been illegally parked, trying to go in a club, trying to do whatever, and get pulled over. And the snowball effect of whether they illegally searched his car or whether they weren't supposed to go in his car, it ultimately ended in him getting 3.5 years in jail. So I want to hear from y'all, Bandana fan. I want to know how y'all feel about this situation. Me personally, I think that if the law is supposed to be fair for everybody, it has to be fair for everybody. Black, white, tan, orange, green, purple, whatever. It has to be fair for everybody. When you're a person of this caliber, like I said, an ex-NBA player, they want to send a message. They want to send that you're a black ex-NBA player. They want to send a message to, I'll say people in general, that we still have control of you. We're still in control. Like you still gotta play by our rules. And the reason why I say it's unfair is because there's a couple rappers, some of your favorite rappers right now, especially some from Chicago, not only have one gun charge, not only 2 gun charges, several felonies, never did a stretch in jail, never got sentenced to 3 years. Those cases just somehow just disappeared. But when it comes to somebody that's black and pretty much famous, 3 years, 3.5 years, and he didn't pull a ratchet out. They mistakenly found a ratchet. Like, nah, that's not fair because if the tables was turned, a lot of people say it's not about race. It is about race because if he wasn't that color skin, he is kind of light skinned too. I'm joking right now. He's kind of light skinned, but if he wasn't that color skin and he wasn't who he was, we wouldn't even be talking about this. This wouldn't even be this type of situation. These type of stories, like I said, I don't really cover on this channel too much. Maybe on the other channel we talk about it or during a live or something like that, but I don't really talk about these things because it's like we know the situation. We know that the system is unfair. We know the system is unjust. We know that everything is against us as far as being black like that too. And I'm not making excuses. A lot of times we make dumb decisions. A lot of these rappers and artists and just people in general do dumb stuff, and you put yourself in a position where the law can say, okay, we'll get this white man 5 years, but since we have the authority to it, we're gonna give you 20 years for the same charge. So we do put ourselves in these positions a lot of times, but that doesn't mean that it's right for them to be able to do that. It doesn't mean that it's fair, and I don't think that it's fair what they're doing to him. What can we do about this situation? I personally don't know. Maybe write some letters, talk to her. Oh, this was in New York too, NYPD. See, New York is, because I'm from New York, not New York City, Buffalo, New York, 716, east side of Buffalo, Central Park. New York gun laws is kind of crazy. Because I know here, like if you get caught with a ratchet like that too, you pretty much guaranteed to at least do like 3 years or 3 to 5, which is what he getting 3 to 5. So a situation like this, honestly, I don't know, but we need an answer. Like I don't want to be one of those people on YouTube just basically telling you, hey, this person got treated unfair, and I'm telling you they got treated unfair, so I'm doing my part, and I'm fighting the cause by telling you got treated unfair. When we know he got treated unfair, what can we do to solve this? What can we do to help this? One thing we could do is vote. One thing we could do is stop putting ourselves in positions to be taken advantage of. One thing that we can do at this point in time, like he's already gotten sentenced, so we can. I don't know. I mean, those are the two things that I have. Like honestly, in this situation, I honestly don't know, and that's why I don't really like covering these type of situations. Because if I'm gonna bring something that to the light, that's already to the light. You can scroll through Instagram, everybody's talking about this or whatever like that too. Like I said, some people just ask my input on it. That's the only reason why I'm doing this video is to give my input on it. I don't want to be one of those people on one of those channels who's just telling you like, hey, the system is unfair. And I'm telling you the system is unfair, so you should follow me because I'm telling you the system is unfair and nobody else is telling you the system is unfair. We know the system is unfair. But what can we do to change it? We can vote. We can stand by the people that we put in position and really hold them accountable by making sure we go to these community meetings, making sure that we get out and go to these functions and everything else that they have. Even when they have like the I forgot the name of it. They recently just have one where they have like it's not a vote, where they have like a community, where they have like the politicians and stuff come in and they hear from the community and all that. I forgot what it's called, but when I looked at that, it was like it was like 5 or 6 black people that was there, and most of the people that was there was non-black people. Matter of fact, this is what it was. It was a situation where they were buying up some of their property, buying up some of their land in the inner city, actually in my area, and they were having like, I don't think it was a vote, but it was like a discussion where they was like, we want to hear from the community. The community didn't come out to stop this. The community didn't come out to say, hey, listen, we're against this. We're going against this. We're not going to vote for you. We're not going to put money into this like that too. And what happens is they buy up the land and all that, and they hike up the rent and everything, and then we complain saying the rent is too high. This is unfair. They're building these condos. They're building these things for rich people when we didn't do anything to stop it. So we gotta do stuff. Like we can't just be on YouTube all the time or be on these platforms all the time and talk about this stuff. We actually have to get out and do it. And yes, I'll admit I'm part of the problem also. Like I've never voted in my life. I've honestly never voted in my life. And I know I'm wrong for that. This year, or when is the next vote? Whenever the next vote is, I'm going to try to, what is it called? Try to educate myself on who would be the best choice. Nobody's going to be 100% for you. Nobody's going to be 100% against, well, Trump. Well, we never going to get into that. But I'm going to do my part also. Besides voting, though, like I said, I don't vote, but I do a lot of community service work. I volunteer almost every holiday for at-risk youth, or youth that's like in the detention homes. Pretty much besides the last 2 holidays. Besides the last 2 holidays in the last 4 years, I haven't spent it with my family. I spent it volunteering, talking to youth that's locked up, or talking to troubled youth, or going to these schools and different things like that, or helping a lot of people in my community, even with young people with music. Like, you want to get out of the streets, you want to do music? Here, I'll show you how to do your studio thing, connect with these people, play your record, help you, you know what I'm saying, help you in the business. So I may not be playing my part as far as voting, but we got to do something. That's what I wanted to say. Like, even if you're not going to vote, if you're not going to write a letter, you're not going to go to one of these meetings, do something to help the community. Whether it's you go to the corner and you talk to that one kid that's on the corner, the one bad kid that's on the corner every day, and just tell them like, yo, you can be something in life. Tell them anything happy. Like, yo, I like your sneakers. Just something nice. Like, yo, I like your haircut. Something. Do something nice for one of these young people. And a lot of people say, well, I don't want to talk to the young person that's on the corner like that too, because I don't want to risk something happening to me. By you not talking to that kid that's on the corner, you might still be risking something to happen to you, because it might be that you just saying hi, you just saying hello to that kid that makes him feel something different, that sparks in him that everybody's not against him, that the community do care about him. And that day particular, he might not clap somebody. The person who might have clapped might have been you. So you can't afford to do that. And like I said, I put myself at risk plenty of times even with squashing beefs between different people in different neighborhoods and all that. If I know somebody from this neighborhood who got a problem with somebody from my neighborhood or from this neighborhood, and I know the person, I'll call them. And plenty of times, people can tell you this. Like, no lie, people can tell you this, that I've done that, where I'll call a person, listen, the situation is this, what can we do before it escalates to this? And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I at least try. I think that's the answer. We all have to at least try. We have to stop doing all of these marches and boycotts and peaceful protests and all this stuff, and actually do something. Like us protesting and stuff like this, that doesn't really do anything. You're just making people aware of a problem that's already there, but we have to do something to change it. Like I said, this video is not like most of my other videos. It probably won't get a bunch of views. Honestly, I don't care. Probably get flagged because of something I said in there, but a lot of times when people want me to talk about something, even if it's not something that I personally want to talk about, y'all support my channel, so I care about what y'all care about. And like I said, when Ray hit me up, I was like, yo, we want your insight on this, talk about this, get us some light. I figured that I'd do it. But I want to hear from y'all, Bandana fam. Y'all hop in the comments, let me know how y'all feel about this situation. And I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all agree with me. It's wrong. It's wrong. But what can we do? I want to hear from y'all. What can we do? Whether it's, and like I said, right now, and I'm going to be honest with y'all right now, even though I have differences with people, not even just YouTube people, just people in general, if it's for a cause or something that we're actually going to be doing something, as long as nobody got hurt, nobody got robbed like that, in any type of situation that I've had with any YouTubers or YouTubers and like that, I'm down to come together for a cause that's actually going to help actually do something. I'm not down just to keep talking about stuff like that too, but to actually do something, I'm down for that. Like I said, I do it all the time. Like, I do community service all the time. Matter of fact, one thing that I did for the New Year's, and without giving you a whole backstory of why I got to this point, every single day I do something nice for somebody. Whether it's, and I'm not talking about just, sometimes it might just be cash apping somebody some money for lunch, or seeing somebody is stressed out, ready to quit their job or going through something, and maybe just giving them a quick laugh. Or I make sure every single day I do something nice or something productive, something positive for somebody, and I make sure I do that every single day. And I think if we all did something like that, it would make a change. It may not make a change overnight. It may not make the biggest impact, but I've seen that same, has been situations where I needed something and somebody who I just they may have posted a pair of sneakers, them Jordans tight or something like that, or what, just envy them, not specifically just that, but just anything, and it's coming back where I've been in a place of need, and that same person, I remember when you did this for me, so I want to help you doing this. Or I know school's coming up, not now because I'm all right right now. Not saying I'm rich like that, but I'm all right right now. Where it's like, I know school coming up, your daughter might need this. Here, you don't even owe me. I remember you did this for me 4 years ago. You did this for my cousin like that. So I think at this time in life, it's time for us to start doing stuff and stop just talking about the same thing. And I'm not dissing anybody. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you sneak dissing him, whatever it's like that. I'm not sneak dissing him. Like I said, I only gave that example because that was something recent, and that's honestly something I believe. Like I said, even for those people who feel that's what I'm talking about, honest to God, if he has a plan right now of something that we can come together, even if it's a one-time thing, to help, that's actually going to do something, not just saying we're going to collab on a video and talk about an issue, but something that we can do, whether it's a school drive, or donate a book bag. By the way, I am doing that too. I'm sponsoring 3 kids for back to school as far as supplies, book bags, and all that too. And we'll talk about that on the channel later. But anything like that, anything that we can actually help the community, help people with, I'm down for it. But I don't want to keep talking your head off. Make sure y'all hop in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel. DJ Bandana Black, Mr. Well Connected, More Respected. I'm out.
DJ Bandana.